Doc Rivers survives. Chris Paul is perfect, like we said. Mavs move on. What stood out last night in these games? What do you think, Matt?
Well, to start with, I'm just happy I don't have to watch the Utah Jazz play anymore because that was just, as someone who was on the series when Luka Doncic was injured early on, it was just not fun.
And
it was
Maddie,
just pure misery.
Maddie, they had that wide open three to win it too in the end. Like it was uncontested, had plenty of time, and it just was a brick.
I don't remember that shot. I've already blocked it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even remember the entire series. The whole Jazz season is just who knows what happened. So for people that actually played well, I was very happy with Jose Alvarado. Once again, CJ McCollum got in foul trouble. Alvarado stepped up, as did all of the Pelicans rookies. So I know we've talked about this a little bit over the last few weeks, but going into next year, if Zion Williamson is playing, the Pelicans could be really, really good. So I think that's an important takeaway. I also think Devin Booker playing and maybe not being 100%, but at least being out there and looking pretty good now with a whole weekend off before the Maverick series starts. Like the Suns were pretty far behind the Warriors in Western Conference odds a couple days ago. They've since passed them and moved just ahead of Golden State. Before the playoffs started, the Suns were the clear favorite in the Western Conference. So I think we're seeing that reorganize itself back to where it's supposed to be. I feel pretty good about the Suns right now. I think they should be able to handle Dallas. I think they'll be able to beat Golden State. This team just looked really good right now. They didn't even necessarily need Booker. He didn't play that much last night, but the Suns look really good going forward. So my biggest takeaway is I think the Suns are in a really good position going forward in the Western Conference.
Jeff, what was your takeaway after last night?
Give credit where credit is due. I think the Sixers showed us the most out of all three teams that advanced to the second round last night. I still think Doc Rivers entered that game almost expecting to lose, considering his tirade of excuses about all of the playoff leads that his teams have blown the other night. That being said, Philly finally gave us a taste of just how dominant their offense can be when they're firing on all cylinders. Getting 20 points and 15 assists out of James Harden is all you can ask for in his current role. He had been sleepwalking through this series up until that point. They got 33 and 10 from Joel Embiid. That's what you expect from an MVP candidate, even with a messed up thumb. 25 and 8 is incredible from a third option, especially a guy as young and inexperienced in the postseason as Tyrese Maxey. And then getting 19 and 11 from Tobias Harris is just gravy at this point. If Philly's top four players can show up consistently against Miami, they have the potential to overwhelm the Heat with that offensive firepower. The main question is, do they actually have what it takes to put together performances like that on a nightly basis? Only time will tell, but we saw their true potential last night.